Your body is aging right now. Not in 10 years, not slowly over time, right now. While you're sitting there watching this, and the worst part is, the thing that's actually causing it has nothing to do with what you eat, how much you sleep, or how often you go to the gym. Scientists figured something out, something that changes everything we thought we knew about getting old. And the people who understand this, the ones who actually apply it, they don't just look younger. Their biology literally runs younger, measurably. At the cellular level, this is not about skincare. This is not about diet. This is about something happening deep inside your nervous system. Something that's been running in the background of your life for years. Silent, invisible, and absolutely relentless. And here's what makes this so maddening. The very system inside your body that was designed to protect you, the system built to keep you alive, is the same system that, when it never gets a chance to rest, starts breaking you down from the inside, cell by cell, year by year, until one day you look in the mirror and you genuinely don't understand where the time went, where your energy went, where you went. Most people blame themselves for that. They think they didn't try hard enough, didn't eat clean enough, didn't work out enough. But that's not what's happening. And that guilt, that self-blame, that constant feeling of falling short, that's actually making the problem worse. Because your nervous system registers all of it, every bit of it. Now let's talk about what's actually going on inside you. Your body has two modes, two fundamental operating states that it's always switching between. The first is threat mode, fight or flight. Your heart rate goes up, your muscles tighten, your digestion slows, your immune system pulls back, and every non-essential function in your body gets put on hold. Because in that moment, your body thinks survival is the priority. Everything else can wait. The second mode is recovery mode, rest and repair. This is when your cells regenerate, when your hormones rebalance, when your immune system does its maintenance work, when your brain consolidates memory and flushes out waste, when your body actually heals. Here's the problem, and this is the part that should make you stop and really think. Your nervous system was never designed for the world you're living in right now. It was built for a world where threats were real, physical, and temporary. A predator shows up, your body goes into threat mode. The predator leaves, your body comes back down, crisis over. Recovery begins, but that's not your life. Your life is an inbox that never empties, a news cycle that never stops, a mortgage that never goes away, a boss who messages you at 9 o'clock at night, kids who need things, parents who are aging, a world that feels like it's constantly on the edge of something. And your nervous system, ancient, powerful, and completely unequipped for this, treats every single one of those things as a predator. It fires the same alarm. It floods your body with the same stress hormones. It puts your cells on the same hold. And it never fully stops. Researchers have a name for what this does to your body over time. They call it allostatic load. And what it means, stripped of the clinical language, is this. Your body is keeping score. Every unresolved stress. Every night you couldn't fully decompress. Every morning you woke up already tense. Every moment your system tried to come down and couldn't. Your body is tracking all of it. And the cumulative weight of that score is one of the most accurate predictors of how fast you age that science has ever identified. High allostatic load accelerates inflammation. It disrupts hormonal function. It impairs cellular repair. It weakens immune response. And it shortens telomeres, the protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes that function essentially as the biological clock of your cells. The shorter your telomeres, the older your biology, the faster you deteriorate. The closer you are to the diseases and the decline that we associate with aging. And here's the thing that the mainstream conversation almost never mentions. Telomere shortening is not just a consequence of time. It is a consequence of chronic stress, of a nervous system that never resets. Studies out of UCSF, out of Harvard, out of the NIH have shown that people under sustained psychological stress have measurably shorter telomeres than people of the same chronological age who are not. Same age on paper, completely different biology inside. That means two people can be born the same year, live in the same city, eat roughly the same food, and one of them can be biologically a decade older than the other. Not because of luck, not because of genetics, but because of the state their nervous system has been living in. Now here's where this gets fascinating, because for a long time, scientists assumed that telomere shortening was irreversible. That once those protective caps wore down, they were gone. But in 2009, a Nobel Prize was awarded for the discovery of telomerase, an enzyme your body actually produces that can rebuild telomeres, that can, under the right conditions, begin to reverse the biological clock at the cellular level. And one of the most powerful triggers for telomerase activity that researchers have identified is the reduction of chronic stress, the restoration of nervous system regulation. When your nervous system shifts out of chronic threat mode, when it finally gets a signal that it is safe, that the predator is gone, that it can stop bracing, your body begins to do something extraordinary. It starts to repair what stress broke down, not metaphorically, biochemically. At the level of your DNA, your body already knows how to get younger. It just needs the right conditions to do it. So the question becomes, how do you actually create those conditions? Because here's what doesn't work. What doesn't work is telling yourself to calm down. What doesn't work is white-knuckling your way through a meditation app for 3 days and then giving up. What doesn't work is taking a vacation once a year and expecting it to undo 50 weeks of accumulated dysregulation. The nervous system does not respond to logic. It does not respond to good intentions. It does not care that you know stress is bad for you. It responds to signals. Physiological signals, and most people have never been taught what those signals actually are. There's a nerve that most people have never heard of that sits at the center of all of this, the vagus nerve. It's the longest nerve in your body, running from your brainstem all the way down through your throat, your heart, your lungs, your gut. And it functions as the main communication highway between your brain and your body. When it's working well, when what researchers call vagal tone is high, your nervous system is flexible. It can rev up when it needs to and come back down quickly when the threat passes. You're resilient. You recover fast. Your body spends more time in repair mode than in survival mode. When vagal tone is low, the opposite happens. your system gets stuck. It takes longer to come down from stress. Sometimes it never fully comes down at all, and your body ends up spending the majority of its time in a state that was only meant to be temporary. The research on vagal tone and aging is striking. High vagal tone is associated with lower inflammation, stronger immune function, better cardiovascular health, sharper cognitive function, and slower biological aging across multiple measurable markers. It's not one factor among many. It functions as a kind of master regulator, the underlying variable that determines how well everything else in your body works. And vagal tone is not fixed. That's the crucial point. You can change it. You can train it deliberately, using specific physiological inputs that your vagus nerve is literally wired to respond to. One of the most direct is the breath. Not deep breathing in the vague, generic sense, but a specific pattern where the exhale is significantly longer than the inhale. When you extend your exhale, you activate a mechanism in your heart called respiratory sinus arrhythmia, which directly stimulates vagal signaling. Your heart rate slows. Cortisol begins to drop. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for calm, clear decision-making, comes back online. And your body begins a shift from threat to recovery. This can happen within 2 minutes. Measurable physiological changes, not imagined, not placebo. Documented in clinical research. But the breath is only one entry point. Because once you understand that your nervous system is constantly reading signals from your environment, from your body, from your relationships, from the sounds around you and the way you hold your posture and the quality of your eye contact and the temperature of your surroundings, you start to realize that you have far more influence over your own biology than you were ever told. The way you transition between tasks is a signal. The way you eat, whether you're rushing through a meal in front of a screen or actually sitting down and tasting your food, is a signal. The quality of your sleep environment, the first thing you expose your nervous system to in the morning, the last thing you expose it to at night. Every one of these is either reinforcing the threat state or communicating safety, either keeping your system stuck or giving it permission to come down. And this is why so many people feel like they're doing everything right and still feel terrible. They're optimizing individual inputs while ignoring the system those inputs are running on. You can take every supplement on the market, but if your body is in chronic threat mode, your absorption and utilization of those nutrients is compromised. You can exercise every day, but if your cortisol never normalizes and your recovery systems are impaired, the adaptations you're supposed to be building aren't fully happening. You can sleep 8 hours, but if your nervous system is too activated to drop into the deep restorative stages where actual cellular repair occurs, you wake up exhausted no matter what your fitness tracker says. The nervous system is not one piece of the puzzle. It is the board the puzzle sits on. And this is why the most forward-thinking researchers in longevity medicine, in functional medicine, in integrative neuroscience are shifting their focus here because they're seeing it clinically. Patients with chronic inflammation that didn't respond to dietary interventions start to see their markers normalize when they begin working directly with nervous system regulation. Hormonal imbalances that persisted despite medication begin to shift. Energy that had been absent for years starts to return. And the biological age markers, the ones you can actually measure in a lab, start moving in the right direction. Your nervous system has been in survival mode for a long time, maybe years, maybe most of your adult life. And it adapted to that. It learned to stay braced. It stopped expecting safety because safety kept not coming. And that adaptation, that hardwired vigilance that was trying to protect you, is the thing that has been quietly accelerating your aging this entire time. But adaptation works both ways. The same plasticity that allowed your nervous system to get stuck in threat mode is the same plasticity that allows it to learn a new pattern, to reset, to find its way back to a baseline where recovery is the default instead of the exception. This is not about adding more to your life. It's not about more discipline or more effort or more pushing through. It's about removing the chronic threat signals that are keeping your system locked in a state it was never meant to stay in permanently. It's about learning the language your nervous system actually speaks. Not the language of logic and willpower, but the language of physiological safety signals. And using it with intention. Because your body has not forgotten how to heal. It has not lost the ability to repair. The machinery is still there. The capacity is still there. It has just been waiting for years, maybe decades, for the conditions that tell it the crisis is over. That it's finally allowed to stop surviving and start regenerating. That shift is possible. The science is not just suggesting it. The science is showing it in lab results, in biological age tests, in the lived experience of people who stopped trying to fight their body and started working with the system underneath everything else. Your nervous system can reset. Your cells can repair. And the version of you that feels strong, clear, resilient, and alive, that version is not gone. It's just been waiting for the right signal.